This is Chop It Up with Reg.
and Ken. All right, so basically today's topic, we've been talking about the viral video of Soulja Boy Tell 'em going around with him on the Breakfast Club and also him on Everyday Struggle. Basically with this thing, if you guys don't know, what's going on. Basically, Soulja Boy came into the studio and he started explaining himself as far as his career and his influence within the hip hop community. When it came to his influence, when it came to certain artists such as Drake, Tyga, he spoke on Tyga a little bit, and a few more artists. But for us, I guess with this topic, we just kind of wanted to discuss the I guess the reactions, the people reaction, our reaction, our input on the videos, and I guess just what's been going on with it. So
Yeah. First of all, my reaction on it was funny. Like everyone else, is like it's funny, and then upon watching it and like actually like looking into it, it's a lot of problematic stuff. Like you had an issue with I forget her name, but the lady on Everyday Struggle.
Yeah,
what was it that you had the issue with?
okay, so my issue with it, like I watched it a few times. I mean, and this like literally like probably like one of a handful of times I've actually watched Everyday Struggle. And no shade to him or anything like that. I just, I haven't just really got a chance to really look at any interviews that really interest me. But this one kind of interests me because I watched the Breakfast Club interview first, and
Right.
I thought it was pretty. It was definitely entertaining. It was fun to watch, and I wanted to see a follow up interview to kind of get an idea of where my boy Soulja Boy was coming from.
Right.
So watching this particular interview, what kind of bothered me in a way was, and I hate that I don't know her name, but pretty sure if you watch Everyday Struggle, you would know who it is. But the girl on the show, she basically was talking and she asked Soulja Boy when Soulja Boy was kind of explaining, his video game system and the ins and outs of it and what he had going on with that. She asked him, why do you have so many businesses? So for me, as uh a future entrepreneur, a person who also, have a few businesses myself, that, I'm, trying to get off the ground. For me, I guess it was kind of a touchy thing because of the knowing the struggle within it, knowing the process and how hard it is to try to get your stuff off the ground. And, granted, having multiple businesses makes it, it's a little harder because I mean there are multiple things that you have going on at one time, but at the same time, it's like, for instance, a CEO, you don't access like a CEO of a Fortune 500 business. Like, okay, why do you own this company, that company, that company, that company? You see what I'm saying? Because it makes sense. Like multiple streams of income is, I mean, it's only the smartest thing that you can do. Just being honest, it's like
Right.
nobody who's truly successful is just successful in this one area. It's just
Right.
like, okay, I'm just working every day in and out just on music or just on acting or whatever. Like you try to, you know, dip into other areas. So
Right.
for me, it was just kind of odd because I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't feel like if it was a white dude that came up there and he had the gaming system, or an Asian guy or whatever, if they came up there and they had the gaming system, I don't feel like that question would have been asked. Why do you have multiple, businesses? It's like, it's kind of, I didn't really get the
They
question.
hit your ears the right way.
Yeah.
Now for me, and like I'm like the first one to bring race into it. I don't feel like that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely see if she feels the way I feel, this is how I agree. And the reason that is because I'm sick and tired of seeing people with multiple businesses and they aren't doing any of them right.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Like, you know how much, just the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, we put a lot of work into this, and between your businesses that you're trying to do and mine that I'm trying to get up and running, we had to like figure this out. Like, we had to come up with a mutual day of the week to do this. Like, we put time into it, right?
Yeah.
But what's annoying is when you see people who run 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 businesses, and they're neglecting all of them.
Gotcha.
And I think that's what's going on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I've been like kind of following the Soulja Boy, you know, gaming system thing anyway, because I was like, Soulja Boy with a gaming system?
Yeah.
And it's not because he's black. Like, black people, you know, the first dude who came up with the software for the Atari, black. The grandfather of video games, you know, so that's not my issue. It's like, do it right.
Yeah.
And I just feel like he ain't. And I could be wrong, you know, he could be, you know, trying to do it right, but I just feel like that might have been her reasoning for asking that question that way, because, you know, as you know, he got in some trouble with Nintendo because he was running an emulator. And if, for anybody who's not a nerd and gets out of the house, an emulator is basically you download these files of a game and you play them. And that was already done, but he stuck his name on it and he started selling it. You know, so that's, I mean, yeah, that's a hustle. That's a business. It ain't legit, but I mean, you know, so I think that was the issue with it. I think that's why she asked, you know, like, you're a rapper, you doing all these things. So if you're doing all this stuff and doing it right, nobody's going to ask that question.
Yeah.
You know, that's just like if someone's building houses and they building 20 houses around the city at the same time and all these houses are trash. Versus they build one at a time and they do it right and then go to another one.
Yeah.
I think that's what I hope she meant, because if that's what she meant, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if she was just like, Soulja Boy, ain't that how you said Soulja Boy? If
Drake.
that was the issue, Drake, you know, if it was just, why are you trying to better yourself?
Yeah.
Then I see the issue
But
with it.
I think I looked at it from that perspective, because it was already like in the whole thing of not taking a person serious was already in rotation.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, and I feel like a lot of times a lot of people just kind of fall into that bandwagon of, oh, nobody else is taking them serious, so I don't really want to hear them out. Even though I may agree, I don't want to hear them out, because it's like, oh, it's a joke to everybody else. So just, you know, just to be within that wave, I have to do the same thing. I have to joke about it and everything. And granted, like, I laughed too. I laughed at like a lot, because you know, a lot of part of his interview was funny. Like, and even, you know, I'm pretty sure he even knew it was funny. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, you know, being like offensive to the person and not just like allowing, you know, what he's saying to fall upon deaf ears. But it's like, you know, after a while, you know, I mean, I don't really follow Soulja Boy like that. I never did, even when, you know, he was hot. Like, I wasn't a huge fan.
When he stopped cranking that, I stopped listening.
So yeah, I wasn't like a huge fan of him. I mean, and I'm not even like a huge fan of like a lot of some of the artists that he mentioned. But for me, it's just like, I am like an artist myself. I'm a person who wants to become a successful entrepreneur in the future. So it's like, to already know the struggle of that, to already know how frustrating it is to just be in those positions, to be an artist or an entrepreneur, and, you know, to try and work hard to do whatever it is that you're doing. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, you know, you at least want to go to a platform where it's your own people, and they, even if it's like, you know, whatever, it's like, you know, you still listen and give like positive feedback, instead of just like kind of just blowing them off like, ah, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather you at least like, you know, be like, okay, we get it. And even if that person is doing it wrong, and if you know that person is doing it wrong, then clearly you have some insight on what he needs to be doing right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, why not kind of give advice or guidance, or link somebody up with somebody? You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So
now I ask you this. Seeing, you saw the video.
Yeah.
Do you think Soulja Boy
would take advice?
And I won't even say in general. I say in that particular environment.
Nah, he wouldn't. I feel like within those settings, he wouldn't take it. He wouldn't take the advice, and this is the reason why I feel like he wouldn't take the advice in those settings. It's because of how they were coming at him.
Yeah.
So I feel like, for instance, with the Breakfast Club interview, it was a portion in the Breakfast Club interview where everybody kind of got more on a serious tip. And he was actually listening to what they were saying. It wasn't on that tip of, I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to get my point across. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, okay. And whether it was for a few seconds, whether he take that information for a day, a month, a year, or whatever, or he take it and it go on to better his career, at least give it. You know what I'm saying? At least give the advice so you can at least be like, okay, well, I gave you something to try to help you and you just didn't take it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like a lot of people, sometimes we can't assume that everybody's gonna take that advice or whatever and run with it, but we just gotta be able to do what we need to do as people, just to be like, okay, at least I gave it. You know what I'm saying? At least I didn't shortchange them in their area, because you never know who's gonna take it or not. Like, none of us are God, nor are we those people's minds, so you don't know who takes to what advice.
Right.
So that's kind of my.
So just something that I thought about while you was talking. Like, so you were saying, you was kind of on the tip where, support our people, which I mean, I'm 100% with you on that. Mm-hmm. So you play games, right? You video game, okay? Yeah. So would you buy Soulja Boy's game system?
I wouldn't buy it because I don't play what he was talking about having on the system. Like, it's like,
he actually went into what he had.
Yeah, he was talking about like the Super Mario and stuff. Like, I mean, I play it, but I'm not one of those people that I will only play it if I was like, let's say for instance, you invite me over to the house, y'all having like game night, y'all playing. I would play it on that too. Yeah. But I'm not that person that goes and be like, I want to play those particular type of video games. So it's not for me.
So if he had a system, and this is all hypothetical because you said he doesn't. If he had a system, and I was kind of under the impression that he did, like if he had a system like just like the PS4, that's your system of choice. If he had one just like that, had the same games, and I know they ain't, but we gonna say that they licensed. I know they ain't licensed, but if he had licensed games. And it was like the same price, you would get his game system
if it's the same
over the
price.
PS4.
This is the thing about it.
I want you to be honest. I want you to be honest.
This is the thing about it. Nah. Yeah. This is how I'm gonna look at it.
Right.
If it's the same price, I probably wouldn't buy it. And this is the reason why I probably wouldn't buy it.
Tell me why.
It's because Sony has more like time in the game.
Yeah.
And I know that it's like durable. That's just like
it's tried and true.
That's just like this. That's like going to be on that tip of. Now, granted, I may possibly buy both. Like, I may get both just to see, like, okay.
You wouldn't get it first?
No, I probably wouldn't get it first.
Yeah.
But I would buy it just to be like, okay, like, which one holds up? You know what I'm saying? If it holds up like the Sony, then it's like, okay, cool. Like, I'm one of those people that I don't, like, if it's something that's good, I could truly, like, be like, okay, cool, I would try it out. If it's something that I like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like, if it's something I just don't like, I'm not going to really do it just because. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm like, oh, you black or you whatever.
Oh, yeah, I ain't going to give my money away.
On that too. But.
Like, not saying that. I'm just saying, like, sometimes, like, people will be like, if it's, like, let's say we here, right? And we finish the podcast and we're like, hey, man, I'm hungry. I want some lunch. Yeah. And it's a black-owned fish restaurant here. And it's Captain D's right here. Yeah. And they the same distance. And they the same price. I'm gonna go to the black owned because I know my money goes farther with them. Yeah, I'm paying for their kids' field trip probably. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Captain D's, I'm buying the owner a new yacht. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I guess it goes farther over there, but you know what I'm saying? Like they see my money more. So I'm gonna go over here because I know
in house.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go over here. But if I go over here and we had a cocktail sauce, bro. Yeah. We had a tartar sauce, bro. Yeah. We ain't got no napkins, bro. Yeah. Like. I'm like, I feel you. I respect what you're doing, but next time I'm probably more inclined to go over here. So, and it's the same way, not just black owned versus, you know, I don't want to say white owned because it's Indian people, it's Arab people, stuff like that. I look at it like when I get a new TV, I'm like, man, this price is good, but this one here is $50 more, and I know it's Sony.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing about it. It's like I do understand it. Like I do get it because I mean, it's like. A lot of places wouldn't put they established date on something if it didn't mean anything. Right. So it's like, when you see a company that's like established in such and such, it's like if this company been around 100 years, they gotta have some type of, durability to whatever it is that they're selling,
Right.
or longevity to whatever it is that their merchandise is.
Right.
So I look at it from that perspective. Like, I'm not like looking at it like on that tip of naive or amateur when it comes to it, because like I understand it, but at the same time, it's like I do tend to try to look at my own personal situation and be like, okay, I want to become successful. I want to be Sony one day.
And that company had to start somewhere.
Exactly. And it's like, at least if I do buy the Sony product and I have the opportunity or the means to be able to purchase your product as well, then I would do both, because it's like, okay, let's try. Like, at least let me just try it out to see what you got going on. And if it don't hit like I wanted to hit, then it's like, okay, like I at least, supported it in a way.
Yeah.
But now I feel like the only way somebody could get better, like, the gaming system may be bad, but the only way it's going to get better if people actually playing it. You can't get better by just being like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's playing the video game. It's not selling. You can't do nothing about that. Sony didn't come out with the first PlayStation or whatever, it just hit.
It was,
what I'm saying?
It was good.
It was great.
It was pretty awesome. I mean, but they might have been working with another company before that, so I feel you.
But this is the thing about it, though. It's like, but they, over time, it grew. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. It wasn't like just came out for what it was at the time. It's cool. But it's like, look at what we have now.
True.
It's kind of hard to just jump right in and be like, okay, you the number one. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to do that. But at that time, it was like video gaming systems weren't a thing yet. Like, they were like just coming onto the scene. Yeah. So it's like,
so they got to grow with the industry.
Exactly.
Okay.
So with him, it's like the industry has already grown. And the best thing that you can do as, becoming a part of that industry is doing your research and hoping that you could get, something that those systems don't have, or you can bring something to the table that those systems that don't have. But like I said, it's harder now.
So you basically saying that you get one. Okay, that was whack. But okay, so what I was gonna ask is, like, just to kind of go off on a tangent, because like we kind of got into business and like we're both, doing pretty well with our own independent business, but obviously we growing, we trying to learn from the people before us. If you had to list 3 things that Soulja Boy could do, because I mean, people gonna doubt you regardless.
Yeah.
If you could list 3 things that you feel like would help Soulja Boy be taken more seriously as an entrepreneur, not as a rapper. That ship has sailed. Crank that. Eliminated him from being taken serious as a rapper.
Yeah.
That cool. So, but if he wanted to rebuild and start over as a entrepreneur, gaming, tech person, what would you recommend for him to be taken serious? Just business in general.
Just working. Like, don't get on that tip of just being like, oh, I have to. Like, I feel like where he went wrong at is being like, I have to prove to people that by using my voice to be like, this is the truth, that's the truth, this is the truth, that's the truth. I feel like your truth will eventually come out, but people don't really care about what you say. It's about what you're doing. So if you working, if that's what you're doing, like if you want to, let's say you want to do the video game thing, and you're going to have some bumps in the road, because that's a very concentrated industry. And, there are some loyal people within those, consumer-wise, there are loyal people, So I look at it like, if you're going to get into that industry, you have to work 120 times harder, because a lot of people ain't finna come off that. They ain't finna be like, I've been using Sony for, all my life, and all of a sudden, a rapper come in, they make a video game.
I'm one of them folks. I ain't even switched to Xbox because of that reason.
Exactly, and I get it, but it's like, me knowing that, if that's truly what you want to do, and this is it, and you can apply this to any field. Like, don't think of it just being, video game or Soulja Boy. But let's say, for instance, you being an artist, it's like you got so many artists that have came out there. So it's like, what makes you different?
I'm that dude.
You just that dude, and I feel it, man. We all think that. but you gotta be, you gotta be who you are, but you gotta work. You know what I'm saying? Every day, you can't just stop because somebody like, man, your art ain't as good as such and such. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel you on that. Yeah, for real.
So it's like, you got to be out here and you got to work hard.
So
like,
number one is work.
Work hard.
Harder than everybody else.
Everybody else. Because you got to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you feel? Like, what if you could give that same, like, some
My
advice,
number one? Like, that's your top over everything else.
Out of everything, work hard.
Mine, work is great. But in order to not say the same thing as you, I would say innovate. And what I mean by innovate is like, do something that ain't been done before. And that's hard because ain't nothing new under the sun. If you can't do something that ain't been done before, do something that everybody doing in a completely different way. And I feel like he's not doing that right now. But it ain't too late. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like for him to do that, he has to immerse himself. Just like in the other podcasts we were talking about. If you're gonna do something, love it for one, work at it, and understand it. Like, you can't go, well, I won't say you can't. It's not advised to go from one career to another without having any understanding of it. Okay. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not with Soulja Boy all the time, but I feel like go to Full Sail. Go, study up on this stuff. Talk to somebody who is in tech. Don't hire someone to do it for you. Understand it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Who? Not
Chingy. Comedian. That's it.
I was like, comedian.
Chingy gonna be at the what is it? The Millennial Tour or whatever. What's it called? That? The thing where B2K and them are gonna be doing.
That's Chingy, what they call it, the Millennial Tour?
It's something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me.
I just know I'm wearing some Jabos.
Chingy gonna be there. I saw a video on Facebook and he was like, I don't know what Chingy was doing. Like, he was in a basement with an older white dude DJing for him. And he was like, we getting ready for this tour. You know how he talk.
I don't think Chingy going to the same tour we talk about.
Oh, he gonna be there. He might be outside, but he gonna be there.
I'm just trying to go there and do it for Lil Saint. Hey, but understand it, man. Like, Chameleon out, great example. Like, perfect example. Chameleon out probably knows. Chameleon out
Chingy. I know that was very offensive.
That was terrible. That was terrible, man. You ride dirty out here. But that was whack too. But like Chameleon out probably don't know nothing about tech. But like, he knew to immerse himself in it and like get an understanding. So and that falls under work. Yeah. But if I had to pick one, it'd be innovative. Like, don't do what's already been doing. Like, what's already been done. Well, you know what I'm saying? Innovate that language. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, so that's number one. Be innovative.
Be innovative. Okay, that sounds good. Okay. Being innovative. Well, I'm still stuck on the word.
Don't do what's been doing.
Don't do what's been doing.
That's how we talk out there.
Hey, I feel it, man. Okay, so I get it. Be innovative. And that's something that, I definitely agree with. And which is hard, which I feel like that kind of, it reverts back to working hard. Because the only way to be innovative, you got to work hard at whatever it is that you're doing to understand that industry in order to figure out what it lacks. Right. So I get it.
What's your number two?
My number two for him, like advice for him. Oh man. I feel like for him, I think, I don't know, and I could be wrong, but I feel like I don't have a sense of him taking it serious enough as he should. Like, I feel like he believes it, but we all have that doubt in our mind of people being like, man, it ain't gonna happen.
Not him.
And he was speaking, but like, if deep down, like, we know how it is. Like, you believe it and you hyping yourself up, like, man, whatever. But a part of you, it shows more so in what and how you going about something. You see what I'm saying? It's not necessarily, what you're saying. And I said that before, but it's not necessarily how it's coming out of your mouth. It's about how your actions are showing, like, your true belief in what it is that you're doing. Like, if I've got like something going on and I be like, yeah, I believe it, and I can allow something to kind of sway how I operate in a way or how I look at something, there's a slight of disbelief within myself. You see what I'm saying? Like people always say to, if you believe in yourself, to not change, or not necessarily not change, but don't allow yourself to kind of fall into that place of what everybody else is doing. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like when you start to get on that tip of, yeah, you know, following that trend of being like book and, you know, doing not necessarily, I guess doing stuff of views, because honestly, it's an industry of views right now. Like as far as like when it comes to music and everything, like the music is cool, but it's like a lot of people like, okay, if I could just catch this viral wave of something, then the music would kind of follow behind it. So they use, you know, going viral over talent. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like doing that, operating off of going viral, I feel like you can have some slight of disbelief within what it is that you're actually doing, because you got to have a gimmick in order to get there. You see what I'm saying?
No, I get you. That kind of remind me of what Dr. Dre said a while back. He was like, "I'm a trend, you're a fad. That means you're something we already had, but once you're gone, you don't come back." So that's what viral is. You know, like tell me a viral video from 2018 right now. Like
from 2018?
Yeah, like just one that, I mean, you probably can think of one.
6ix9ine video. The
which one? You know,
yeah.
But like they, you know, like you go like when viral first became a term, viral meant viral. Like it was like there for months. Viral is a week.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like viral is getting shorter and shorter. So
because there's so many viral moments. I feel like that's what it is.
Because we record everything now.
Is concentrated with viral moments.
And everybody think they stuff gonna go viral.
Oh, yeah.
So I get you on that.
It
like,
better go.
Yeah, I'm gonna need this to go viral for real, for real.
Like I need this. But yeah, for real. But I feel like I feel like in a way it's okay. It depends on how you use it.
You gotta go viral for the right reasons.
Exactly. So I feel like if it's like, if I'm a singer and I sing and my song, like my whatever it is that I do goes viral, that's a good thing, because it's like I'm a singer. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go viral with that. Yeah. But if I'm like, you know, a singer,
good singing, cause
that's true.
What's old buddy name? See, I didn't even think about him, but perfect example. What's his name? Yeah,
Jacqueline the GOAT.
True. So you know, like you said, like go viral for what you're doing. Like go viral because like people are amazed by you. Like I feel like a lot of people know Soulja Boy got a game system now.
Yeah.
Because he on Everyday Struggle acting a fool talking about it. And I just that ain't what
that's the thing about it. It's like, and it's kind of hard. Like, you know, say you still got to look at it from this perspective. It's kind of hard when ain't nobody taking you serious. So it's like, how do you go in and go viral off of just, you know, talking about your video game in a positive light, when it's like people just like, man, whatever. You see what I'm saying? It's like you kind of get frustrated, and you got to excuse folks for being human, because you going to get mad. You know what I'm saying? You going to try to...
They go back to work, though.
Yeah, it goes
like
back
you
to
literally. I forgot that. Yeah, of course.
I agree.
What's the I forgot what it's called, but it's when you get people in a room, like when people like, oh, we got this new lawnmower, and you get like 12 people in the room,
right?
Huh? You got me. But you get these people in the room and you like focus testing, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Man, get some people in here to play your game. You know, and then they gonna talk about it. You know, so have people play your game, have people play a PS4 or whatever, if you can do that, and don't tell them which one's which.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That way, like, man, that was Soulja Boy? Soulja Boy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but when you on here, you know, going off, because I saw the Everyday Struggle video, I was like, dude, I couldn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I can't handle someone talking to me like that.
I get it. And but I got frustrated in a way, you know, for them, because I'm like, man, because they were kind of asking some questions. I'm like, what? Like,
what's one question I asked the major?
Well,
I mean, that one, but what's another?
What?
But see, I already told you, if she meant, meant it.
Like I said, it's all. I feel like it's all context. Like if I'm, you know, if you talking about something, and
let me ask you something. Let me cut you out real quick. Does Soulja Boy have a website for that?
I don't follow him to know.
Okay.
Like I said, I've never been a fan of him, like on that level. Like truly, him. The most I've paid attention to Soulja Boy is right now, and they're just being honest.
For the wrong reason.
Yeah, and it's for the wrong reason. And I feel like that's why it kind of bothered me in a way, because it's like I know that I only look at him now because he got there for the wrong reason. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was intentionally or not, it's like, let's operate off of like what our true dreams are. Like, not just trying to be on that tip of like, hey, I'm trying to be the next, 6ix9ine doing crazy stuff, or Boot Gang, whatever his name is, like all these different people. It's like, it's okay to use.
Ain't them the same people?
Basically. But but it's okay to use, whatever it is that God gave you to, to elevate yourself. And I mean, Soulja Boy, I ain't no huge fan of their music, so I hope these video games take off, cause I ain't trying to hear no another Soulja Boy song. Don't
act like you weren't listening to Gucci Bandana. If Gucci Bandana go off. Gucci Bandana. That go off. That go off. But that about it though.
That might jump. But no, I don't know, man. I feel like, like I said.
What do you feel like? Let me ask you this then, and we definitely forgot to like go to 3, but you know what? That's a whole nother tangent. We'll forget about that. Yeah. So, look at Jay-Z when he came out with Tidal.
Yeah.
Do you feel like people treated him the same way?
No, because he was Jay-Z.
What does that mean though?
He was already like, all right, this.
He was an established rapper and mogul.
Mm-hmm. And Jay-Z is like Sony of, like, you know what I'm saying, the industry. Like, Jay-Z is like one of the top of the line guys. So it's like they look at him like he's been solidified. Soulja Boy has his years in the game, but Jay-Z is consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been at this point, and he's.
So you think people immediately took Tidal as serious as they take? I don't think Apple Music was out when that is. You think people took Tidal as serious as they took Spotify at that time? Because Spotify was like, I don't think people did. Like, I feel like we should have.
I feel like people did who were really like in the music, like into music. You know what I'm saying? Like, people on that tip of,
like, what you mean, like musicians or
listeners? No, like your listeners. I look at it from this perspective, like for your everyday consumers who just kind of like, oh, I just want to hear my favorite song or whatever. It's cool. But it's like for the people who like think about like sneakerheads. It's like when something dropped for a sneakerhead, it's like being a sneakerhead, it's like you want to look at all avenues of how to get it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like with like people who are music heads, it's like you want to look at all avenues on how to get it. So if Tidal gonna possibly be that new thing, you want to be on it. You gonna take it serious because you really want. And with it being Jay-Z being a mogul in the game, and not only that, but he's had multiple platforms to where he's proven himself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jay-Z has already proven, like, from his past business ventures or whatever, starting out, I'm pretty sure he had to deal with like flack or whatever. Him wanting to own like the Brooklyn Nets and all these different things that he wanted to do. A lot of people didn't take stuff like that serious because it's like, oh, you Jay-Z, you a rapper. But when Jay-Z had proven himself to be capable of doing these things, when he finally hit folks with Tidal, I feel like people were like, okay, I could deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's about proving yourself. And for my boy, Soulja Boy, to just jump right, I'm pretty sure he probably did some other stuff as well. But I feel like the industry of video games, it's a tough industry to get in. So it's like, you definitely gonna have to really prove yourself now. Like, you're gonna have to be on your P's and Q's when it comes to that stuff, because people are already looking for a reason to be like, it's trash.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? And regardless when the next PlayStation come out, people looking for a reason to say the PlayStation trash. You know what I'm saying? Xbox users gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? They want to find the flaw.
Right.
And PlayStation users want to find the flaw in Xbox.
It ain't hard to. But yeah, I feel you. You 100. That was good with the Jay-Z, man. I thought I threw your curveball with that one, but I gotta respect that answer. Hey, man, because like I know me. I took it serious.
Yeah.
But
so you the problem. That's what it is.
I was born to be the problem.
Yeah, I feel it, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's on my birth certificate. But like for me, it was just like I took it serious. Like you said, it was Jay-Z. Yeah. But I was like,
Jay-Z?
$20.
$20.
It
was 20?
I believe it was $20.
I thought it was $15.
$15. Like,
That's $5 cheaper now.
Who?
See, but ain't Apple Music the same thing? If you ain't got like the
it's
student
$10
discount or
and you
something
ain't got
like
the
that.
student discount.
Okay, well $5, man. What $5 gonna do?
$10 and $15 a big difference.
No, how?
When you go to get your food, just you, your meal usually about $10.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But if it's
they
good
charge
food,
you,
but it's for good food, and
that's different. That's different though. That's completely different. Yes, it is. If you go, if you go to get fast food,
but but what if Tidal is better than Apple Music?
It is apparent. I mean, I don't.
So
people
why
say
not pay extra $5?
That's what I'm not saying. That's what I'm saying. Off rip when it first came out,
you ain't know.
Just think if Leo DiCaprio come out with a streaming service.
First off, if Leo DiCaprio do anything,
hey, don't forget that he Candyman, well not Candyman, what was
okay.
On Django, Candyland. Yeah. But just think if someone comes out with a service that benefits them directly, you kind of be like, yeah. I just think if an actor come out.
All right, put it like this. Let's say if somebody came out with some type of platform to where it could enhance like you selling your art like in a major way, but it's only advertised to you that way. You don't really know yet. You ain't just gonna be like. You ain't just gonna shut it off. You sometimes you gonna look into it.
I think that example is flawed. Like, I agree with you right there. That example is flawed off rip, and the reason I say it is because you said somebody. Once you establish yourself as something, actors have that issue all the time. They get typecast. Mm-hmm. Like once you've established yourself as something, it's hard to break away, and you should be able to go. But you can't. That's why, like, one of my favorite artists.
I don't say you can't, though.
No, I didn't say you can't. I said you should.
You should.
No. But I stopped it. I stopped. I said it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be. Like, one of my favorite musicians, Childish Gambino, because he was taken serious as an actor first. Or as a comedian, you know, a lot of people. He was pretty good. A lot of people be like, man, that's a rapping actor. You know what I'm saying?
Gambino is like an exception, though.
Yeah, because he broke it, but it shouldn't be that hard to do.
He was kind of. Already pretty awesome.
Hey, you hate right now. I just want to let you know
awesome
you hate.
But I really love Atlanta. Shout out to the show Atlanta. And if you want to give me, or anybody around me a role, please do. I will be on set regardless if I'm casted or not.
He's a rap for you. But man, I agree with you. I just think once you've established yourself as something, you have to maneuver out of it.
Yeah. And that's true. But
going off on everyday struggle like that is not the way to get out of it.
Yeah, but
you a rapper.
Somebody out
when you a rapper, being hard is money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he tough. He tough. Big Soulja. What they call him now? Big Draco or Lil Draco?
Big Draco!
Did somebody say it like that?
Yeah, Charlamagne did.
Oh my God. Okay, so like that's money. Like if you a tough guy rapper.
Yeah.
But if my PlayStation tab, I don't care if the CEO got a gun. Can you refund me?
That's true.
So that's the way it gotta be.
That's why I was like taking yourself serious when it comes to that stuff.
True.
Because like when you approach something, it's all about how you present yourself. And I feel like it's outside of just how people look at you like, oh, you ain't saying you gotta wear no suit or anything like that. Because I mean, you got plenty of people who prove like for instance, Childish Gambino. You don't see him in suits all the time. You don't see J. Cole in suits all the time. Kendrick in suits all the time. But people take them serious in anything they do. For instance, Kendrick going into acting. Like literally, one of his first roles was.
But see, that's not the same thing, bro.
Yes, it is, bro. Yes, it is, bro. How it's not the same thing, bro?
Bro, Kendrick is not. What I'm saying is he is. Let me give Soulja Boy some props real quick because it sounds like I'm against him. Soulja Boy is trailblazing right now. He's going from rap to tech. Okay, but you ready for the kicker?
I'm ready for the
he is not the first rapper to start acting. That's not an issue. Ice Cube did that for him, and it might have been somebody before Ice Cube. Ice-T
paved that way. He became
Ice-T on Law and Order. So he like I ain't finna get on that. But he went from NWA, to Are We There Yet, bro?
Nah, that's hard.
If he can do that, Kendrick Lamar,
a dope artist to a dope head.
All right, Kung Fu Kid. All right, but no, I mean, no, I can take. It's not that foreign to
when
me.
he played on the show,
He
played
did on was it
crackhead.
Power?
Yeah, Power.
But what I'm saying, it's not a foreign concept for a rapper to become an actor now.
No, it's not.
But
And
a rapper to make
a
a gaming system.
You got me on that.
Soulja Boy
But what
might make
about
it easier for somebody 10 years from now if he do it right.
But 50 Cent made a video game.
No, he did not.
Yes,
he was cast as a person in a video game.
But the whole game was called 50 Cent Bulletproof.
He didn't make it.
Yes, he did. I wouldn't have bought it if he went on it.
That's so you say that's the equivalent of saying Childish, not just that's
no, we get tired of hearing about Childish Gambino.
I ain't even trying to say that. I ain't even trying to just shut up. Listen to me. That's not the same thing. Being cast in a movie doesn't mean you made the movie.
Yeah, they technically do.
Oh my god. No, that's not the same thing. That's just like
think about it. What's my boy name? I forgot what it is.
He can't be your boy then.
You're right.
I'm gonna tell you, my second thing that I was gonna say is shut up. Not to you. You can shut up too. But Soulja Boy, shut up. And I'm gonna tell you the perfect example. Dr. Dre. Dre Beats.
Mm-hmm.
He was the name. He ain't had nothing to do with them headphones. He was the name. He might have been in there swole hooking up wires. But he shut up. Like he ain't bring no bad publicity. He let who he was, his accolades, sell those headphones.
Yeah.
As well as every music video when they first came out. Shut up. Just shut up and let your stuff do the talking.
Yeah.
So Soulja Boy, shut up and work hard and innovate.
Hey, we gave him the blueprint.
That's it. So
Jay-Z.
I need my cut in about 2 years.
Yeah, you gonna get a cut, all right. Anyway, back to my boy Soulja Boy. So, all right.
Big Soulja.
Big Draco. He's Big Draco now.
Say it like Charlamagne.
Big Draco! All right, that was good. So just concluding this podcast, what do you conclude on since you know everything?
I appreciate you for recognizing that. First
of
all, my closing arguments. 50 Cent did not make a video game.
Yes,
first of all, he did not.
I don't care who comment and say he didn't agree with you. Just know I can't be swayed. Just gonna let y'all know that now.
I feel like Soulja Boy's trailblazer. He's doing something that hadn't been done before, and because of that, he's not going to be taken as serious as he should.
But that's
you
the problem,
shouldn't.
bro.
That is an issue. That's the problem. But you black, right? Like you black. How many things do you do and you should be taken seriously and you just aren't? Do you get ignorant? You might want to.
Depends on what it is, brother.
I had somebody try me this week. But listen, like you can't play into that. And like that's hard. It's easier said than done.
That's real.
But he got to think about it like when you do things, you're like, man, the next black dude who do this or the next dude who look like me who do this will be taken serious because of me. Yeah, it's like having a sibling.
Yeah.
You know, you paving the way. So like you said, like I was like how easy it is for us to think of a rapper being an actor. That wasn't always the case.
Yeah.
But the people who did it right, and they did it with class, and they did it great.
Yeah.
So if Soulja Boy do this right,
do it with class and grace.
10 years from now, you're gonna have Lil So and So because everybody's name gonna be Lil.
Yeah.
Lil Zanny Band.
Or Big now since Big Draco. He's gonna pay
you gonna have
Big to come back.
Big Uzi Horizontal. He gonna be out here rapping, and he gonna be like, I think I want to make a new Game Boy. And people gonna be like, oh man, if it's anything like Soulja Boy's game system, I ain't buying it because it's trash.
Oh,
I'm joking. But no, like he can make a big change right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could really go into this industry and he could make a huge lane. And I'm rooting for him. Personally, I'm rooting for him to get in that industry and really like get it going.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, whether you can't expect it to be perfect. Because the next person that come along gonna make it better, and then the next person gonna make it even better. So I feel like there's a kid right now. It's Sunday right now, so he probably chilling at the crib, and he just chilling, and he has these ideas, but he don't know what to do with them yet, and he probably don't even believe in himself yet. But Big Draco coming through, doing what he doing. You know what I'm saying? He might come through and he might kick the door down, and the kid may come through, and, and really, really bring us some heat that could last for hundreds of years.
Right.
So, like I said, it all starts with one person. And the thing is like, we don't know who that person is. Like, for instance, Jesus came on a donkey, and he was the savior of the world. And I'm not compared. Don't get twisted.
Yeah, I'm
Soulja
about to
Boy
say,
not compared to Jesus.
be clear.
But I'm saying, like, that's just another analogy to say you don't know who's gonna come and change the game.
Right.
You don't know who's gonna come and help the world grow into wherever it is supposed to grow into.
Right.
And for instance, for the world of the video game world, you don't know what type of ideas that he may have, and this may just be a platform for him to just kind of be more creative. Like he probably just need to get his foot in.
I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for Soulja Boy.
I'm rooting for him too, brother.
Now I'm gonna say this though. I'm a little disappointed.
I did see a real cool photo that they did with him and Tiger and Drake.
I saw that. Like he was like, that's where the Jesus analogy came from.
Yeah. And this guy really like had a thorough.
I got mad because they didn't credit the artist. I hate
they
didn't.
It's funny because I followed the artist. Like I already followed him before that, so it's dope. But
I'm like I said, I'm rooting for Soulja Boy, but I feel like you can't miss opportunities. No. And the biggest opportunity Soulja Boy missed so far is not calling the game system the crank. He should have called it the crank. That would have been great.
That would have been dope. Definitely been dope.
Yep.
But we just gonna wrap.
That's copyrighted too. You can't do it now, Soulja Boy.
No, it ain't. And y'all don't do it. But to just wrap up this podcast, we are going to basically close this podcast out.
Before we do that, we want to shout out the artists because
the artists of this particular art piece. Let me see if I can find them right now.
Oh my God!
Give me a second, guys.
We're gonna edit this out.
Oh my God! I think this is him. I hope
this is him.
Yeah.
That ain't even put. That's it. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he did it. Let me go to it. This right here.
All right, shout out his Instagram then.
Ian West Art.
It's IANWESTART.
So shout out to Ian West Art. He does phenomenal work. And he's the genius behind the Big Draco Jesus piece with Drake and Tiger kneeling. As they should, because he's Big Draco.
That's probably a screen grab from one of them games he made.
So shout out to him, Ian West. Yeah.
This has been Chop It Up with Reg.
And your boy Ken. And make sure y'all subscribe. I hope you can subscribe now. So make sure y'all subscribe. Share the link when we post it to social media. Leave comments to, state your opinion. What you got to say? You pointing.
Subscribe.
That's what I said.
No, you put a T in there. You said subscribe.
I ain't say no mess like that.
We're going to run it back and we're going to let you hit it.
Make sure y'all subscribe.
So you said it that time.
What?
Subscribe.
Man, you confusing me now, brother. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm talking.
Y'all subscribe, comment, like, share it. Help us go viral. And we might come out with a video game system.
Yeah, and we're going to go on Everyday Struggle. And if they ask me, why you got multiple business, I might just snap. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Security carry them out very promptly.
I don't care, man.
And we'll continue the interview. We'll continue the interview.
I ain't going to do Big Draco no more. I'm tired of yelling. But
shout out. Do it one more time. You got to close it out with that.
Big Draco! That's the Tarzan version. But
we out, man.
We out.